with your eyes closed and your body relaxing, just noticing your experience. With equanimity. Feeling inside. Looking inside. And listening. Tapping into the quietness inside. When we bring our awareness back to our body, the busy mind, that monkey mind, begins to quieten down. We tap into that nourishing silence. Allowing yourself to relax even deeper. Notice your breathing. Perhaps become deeper and longer. Making no effort to change it, just allow it to be however it is. Just noticing. Becoming aware of yourself as energy. Just feeling all those sensations inside you. All the little signs of aliveness, vibrations, tingling. Becoming aware of your back. Feeling the support behind you, beneath you. And then connecting your awareness with the planet, with our beautiful earth, and all the life, all the abundance of life. The mountains, the earth itself, the soil, the trees and plants growing out of the soil, the oceans, and the interconnectedness between all these biosystems, all supporting each other, feeding each other, nourishing each other, and feeding and nourishing all the creatures, the entire web of life, in this one living planet, alive, deeply interconnected. Merging your attention down into all that aliveness. And then bringing your attention back into your body. Feeling the aliveness within you. Feeling the aliveness of the earth. Awakening the aliveness within you deeper. The energy that created the earth and all the creatures. The same energy inside you. feeling that deep connection with the planet. Our bodies made of all the same substances that make up the planet. And beyond that, the raw qi, the same energy in us, in all life, feeling our one beingness with all life. And then taking your attention above your head, above your body, and expanding your attention upwards, beyond the ceiling, up into the sky, up into space, and beyond space-time. Merging with the source, with the raw qi, the original energy that created the entire universe, visible and invisible, known and unknown, raw potential, merging with the possibility of all the infinite possibilities, merging with the possibility that we collectively can create a one world consciousness. Setting our intention to do just that. And in this placeless place, connecting with all the other beings who have the same intention, who are working towards the same end in many different ways. Feeling our mutual intention, creating a strong healing field, creating the conditions to manifest this intention. And connecting with all the masters of consciousness and energy down through the ages, who also hold the same intention. Feeling their support, their information in the field, strengthening our field. Bringing your attention now inwardly, feeling the harmonizing effect of us all coming together and creating this healing field for the whole world, which includes, of course, ourselves. That unifying energy that we are calling upon, calling up into realization, feeling it inside now. There are many ways to help to create this one world consciousness on our planet. I was reading in Common Dreams about a town quite near where I live, where the United Methodist Church has created a nativity scene where all the figures are in cages. This became national news and clearly helped many people to look more closely at the plight of asylum seekers and their children who've been trapped at the borders. You could say that this visual image showing the Holy Family as standing in for the nameless people, because they, the Holy Family, were refugees too. And you might say that these images opened up the border in the minds of many Americans who perhaps really hadn't been paying attention. The awakening that is called for and that we are contributing to is an awakening that pushes humanity beyond the us and them mentality that has trapped us behind our national borders. Truly, it's only with some sort of one world consciousness that we can begin to step back from the edge of extinction. Contributing to this awakening truly is the most important thing we can be doing with our lives now. Sometimes people ask Rupert Spira, the non-dual teacher that I have been going to retreats with for 6 years now, several of them a year, because I find his teaching so clear. And I have been experiencing more and more that peace that comes as we open and realize ourselves beyond the little me as pure consciousness. And people often ask him, what can we do about these really huge challenges that we're facing, this global crisis? And he always says the same thing. The most important thing we can do is know who we are, know what we are. I found this little poem. It's not accredited to anyone. I want to read it to you. The road is long or maybe short. We never know when time is up. No guarantee that our plans and dreams will ever unfold. No promise the next kiss or smile is ours to have or give. So just love now. Love now. Rupert defines love as the natural condition of all experience before thought has divided it into a multiplicity and diversity of objects, selves, and others. I'm going to say that again. Love is the natural condition of all experience before thought has divided it into a multiplicity and diversity of objects, selves, and others. In Qigong, we might say that love is undifferentiated oneness. Love is the absence of any differentiation, any limitation, any separation. It's when separation dissolves. And all there is this vast, open spaciousness. Everything included, everything embraced, nothing resisted, nothing made into the other. No duality of us and them. This is actually unconditional love. This is the awakening. That's called for and that we're contributing to. all we need to do is abide in ourselves, in this pure field of infinite consciousness. Allowing ourselves to rest in this spaciousness, in this expansion, with the intention to include everyone and everything. Realistically, we can't live here forever. We're having a human existence. And so, to live our lives, we live in a world of duality. We live with that multiplicity and diversity of objects and activities and others. But what's very helpful is to come back intermittently, preferably throughout the day, and just rest in yourself, your true self, in this spaciousness that includes all. That everything is made of, and everything is known by. Ultimately, it's all pure awareness. So we pause in our lives. And perhaps we do Qigong practice in the mornings before we start our day. Qigong practice helps to dissolve that sense of separation. Which is very locked into the body. We've grown up believing that we were a solid entity, separate from other entities, made of matter. And that's what the five senses tell us. So it takes time, it takes repetition to dissolve these limiting beliefs that many of us have held on to, consciously or unconsciously, for a lifetime. So that's one of the values in doing a practice every day. And then throughout the day, we can take opportunities to pause. Even if you're in the office, just sit back for a moment. Close your eyes. Bring awareness inside. And notice that this I that we have been referring to all day long, I want this, I need that, I'm going to do this. That I, when you look for it inside, doesn't exist as a separate entity. Something's here, but not an entity. And we check in and we find that that I can't be a thought, because thoughts are temporary. They come, they go. Can't be a feeling, because feelings are impermanent. They come and go, as do sensations, as do perceptions. We hear something, it's gone. We see something, we close our eyes, no longer there. What is there all the time? The awareness of your thoughts, the awareness of your feelings, the sensations and the perceptions. And that awareness, the I, before anything's added to it, is the same awareness that we all experience. Not even experience, that we all are. It's the most intimate, fundamental beingness. Knowing. Not knowing of data, just knowing. When we abide in awareness, being aware of being aware, we're bringing ourselves home. And we can experience this awareness as this vast spaciousness that encompasses everything, everyone. Everyone and everything is made of it and is known by it. We can experience, know, love. Not as a feeling or emotion, but as what we are. The more often that we repeat these pauses and come back to ourselves. Supported by our practice of Qigong, which continually is dissolving the ways in which we have become separated, believed ourselves to be separated. The more we do this, the more we are creating this field that is ourselves, this loving field for all of humanity and for all life on the planet. We are creating the conditions for the shift of consciousness that is being called for. There's a lot of evidence that shows when we get into what we call in Qigong, the Qigong state, when we've opened ourselves up beyond a physical body and our energy body has expanded in all directions into the infinite, and we feel ourselves as this field of light, of love. We feel radically open. There's evidence that neurologists and scientists have researched, including Dr. Joe Dispenza, that when we're in this state, this altered state of consciousness, we have the capacity, the potential to create. We're not creating from the little me, from the separate self in this state. When we do this together, it creates a very powerful field for manifesting. Manifesting harmony and wholeness. When our hearts are infinitely wide open, as they are now, we naturally feel happy. Or perhaps a better word would be contentment, a deep sense of fulfillment. It's not the jumping up and down happiness, excitement. It's something more peaceful. And what's happened is all the sense of lack has dissolved. And this is the natural state of our being, to be happy, not the emotion, the feeling of happiness. It's our being. It's what we are, not something we do. And when we feel unhappy, that's a veiling of the happiness. That's implied in the languaging, unhappy. It's not the opposite of happiness. It's the veiling, the hiding of the innate happiness that's always here. Even in the most challenging situations, we can consciously tap in and feel this deep sense of peace and fulfillment. And it's really important that we do, especially at times of crisis in our own lives and the lives of others. In these times, challenging times, this is what we can do to contribute to the awakening of every human being on this planet, to their innate potential to know themselves as peace, as love. It's a good thing to practice this, the pausing during the day, coming back home to yourself as this vast, unlimited presence of peace and love. It's a good thing to do when your life is not particularly challenging. So you set the neural pathways in your brain so that it becomes easier and easier, even when there are challenges in your life, as there always will be. That's what it is to be a human being. And allow yourself to be inspired to do so, knowing that every time you practice this, every time you pause, you are putting that information in the field for everyone to tap into. We truly are not separate. We are transmitting to each other all the time. So a great question to ask yourself is, what do I want to transmit? What do I want to transmit to my own cells? And to all my beloveds, my family, my friends, and to all the people I don't know. What is it I want to transmit to all those who are suffering? There's such a great opportunity here to contribute to your own health and awakening, the awakening of all of humanity, and the health of our planet, our living planet in a living universe. Feeling our connection to all the life inside us and all the life around us in the entire universe. None of it separate. It's all love. All of it. Some of it may appear distorted to us. The original substance, the essence, even of the distortions, is love. This oneness of our shared being, pure love. Staying as long as you wish, abiding in yourself.